I don't mind.
All right, awesome. Okay, so because this is going to be a very short session, I have a bit of a structure around this. So I'll just ask you
Okay.
some questions and then you can ask me your questions as well. So firstly, I'd just like you to introduce yourself. Can you just tell me about your past, what you were doing in the past, what you're doing currently, and what you are hoping to achieve in the future, let's say in 2023, for instance. Yeah.
Okay. Okay, good afternoon. My name is Roqeebat Babatunde. I'm a UI UX designer for the close to 2 years now. So I started fully this year during the strike period. And with that, I've been able to do internship with a company internationally. Then I got a part-time job with Ashgrid. Then from there, I got a little bit of working in company experience. Then I'm able to teach some people too. So when the school resumed, I stopped working. But then I've been applying for jobs. I've been applying, but then I'm not seeing positivity from it. So the why I schedule this mentorship session is to maybe review my CV or my portfolio to know what I'm doing wrong and how to get better with it.
Okay, so you're
Hello,
still a student. And what level are you?
I'm in 300 level.
Okay. What are you studying? Yeah, so what are you
I
studying?
didn't get that.
So what are you studying?
Okay, industrial. Okay. I'm studying industrial design, majoring in textile design.
Okay. So what piqued your interest in UX design?
I've always been someone that has interest in anything design. So when I started doing graphic design, I had a programmer friend told me that it would be better if I switch into UI UX design. So that's how I started. Then I started from by learning from Shikoda Africa. Then
Um, okay. All right. I'm just taking some notes.
okay.
Do you have your CV and portfolio there that I can see?
Okay, can I send the link?
Yes, on the chat, please. Yes.
Okay. I'll do that.
Okay, so while you're doing that, you say you've been applying for jobs. On what platforms have you been applying for?
Yes.
What platform?
I've tried on LinkedIn. I've tried on Indeed. Yes, I've tried on Indeed. Then yes, just LinkedIn and Indeed. And few links that I see around that will pass around on WhatsApp, I do apply from there too.
Okay. I'm just waiting for your CV so I can have a look at it. You mentioned that you worked with an international company. What was that company?
I trade in Mauritius.
Mauritius. Okay. What was your role?
UI UX intern for 3 months.
Mm, okay. You have your links now.
Yes, I've sent it now.
Okay, so this is a Figma link.
Yes.
Okay. I'm looking at it now. DN audios. Expert text, pins. Load the shopping amateur website. So I wanted to view your CV. Oh, I see. So it's linked at the top, but you didn't link it at the bottom. The see my resume link at the bottom is not prototyped. Okay. I'm looking at it now.
Okay.
Okay, cool. I've had a glance through. Okay, let me see. I have a few more questions. Will you say that you're creative? You're a creative person?
Yes, I will say that because I find it easy to get designs done, whether with UI UX or with my schoolwork. Like it interests me.
Okay, that's cool. Let's see. Have you been using a cover letter to apply for your jobs, for the jobs you've been applying for?
I didn't get that, sorry.
Have you been using cover letters to apply for the roles you've been applying for?
No, no, I've not been using it.
Okay, noted. All right, that's fine. So, firstly, let me tell you what I
Okay.
think while looking at your portfolio. So, I think your portfolio needs to have like a summary of you somewhere at the top there where you say I
Okay.
do UI UX design. That's not enough. That's
Okay.
that's just like I don't know, nothing really. So you need to personalize it, tell us about you. I know you have something, I think I saw it in your my resume, but even that is not good enough. So what I'm seeing here is a UX designer, UI UX designer who is focused on creating meaningful experience through design interface. Experience can improve in user research, blah blah. It just looks like you just put like a general stuff together. It's not specific to you. It doesn't tell us you're selling.
Okay.
Um, to be good for you to have something that speaks about your maybe the parts of UX design you enjoy the most. Basically how you're going to bring value to that company that you're about to join, not just a generic thing about user research, empathy. You've just put words together, and that's not okay. Also, looking at your
Okay.
CV, I think you need to work on the layout, the arrangement. So when you want to do your CV and even your portfolio, you need to think about your CV and portfolio as if they are products they are designing. So you know how you design products and you do user research, you put yourself in the user's shoes and all of that. You need to look at it that way. You need to look at your CV and your portfolio that way because um if you do it that way, you would see that you're putting yourself in the shoes of the hiring manager. What does the hiring manager want to see? If I were the hiring manager looking at this my CV, what would I think? Things like that. So put yourself in that shoe. When you do, you would find out that the one of the most important things for a hiring manager is basically the project you've worked on. That's all they really care about, really. Your education is irrelevant to them. So having your education before your work experience, it doesn't make a difference to them. So what else? Certification, that's all well and good, but it doesn't really make much of a difference. So what's most important to them is like the projects you've worked on, which is what you called work experience. So and also when you list out your like the bullet points, like the bullet points you have here, instead of having them like saying design interface criticism and improvements, for instance, you should write it more from the angle of impact, the impact you and your work had on the team, on the company, on their bottom line, which is money, whatever it is, from that angle of impact, rather than just responsibilities. So what you've done here is more of, oh, you created mock-ups for design screen. Okay. How about saying you created the UI designs based on user requirements or based on research that had been carried out or something like that. So just looking at it more from impact point of view rather than just listing out responsibilities or roles. So that those are like two things I've been able to notice looking at your CV. Then back to your portfolio. So I'm looking at the one that you call DN Audios.
Okay.
That's the first project. I like that you have pictures in it. It's not just a whole full text. However,
Okay.
I think so this is what I'm thinking. You've not really documented any much at all on the research you did.
Okay.
For a case study like this, research is like one of the most important things. And so you've not told us what kind of research that was done. You said you wrote it in the middle of the text that I conducted a survey. But it's like better to have it like bullet point because remember that the way a hiring manager is looking through your portfolio, they're looking through hundreds or maybe thousands of other portfolios. So it needs to be easily scannable. So rather than having under your research method,
Okay.
wrote it like a full text, have it as bullet points and say, okay, you conducted survey of how many people did you conduct survey with? What was your intention? What were you trying to find out? What was the goal of that research? Why did you even choose survey? Why didn't you do interviews? Why didn't you do any other one? What was the result of the research? I don't see anything about the result of research. You jump straight to user persona, but user persona is one of the least tools to be used to analyze data. Actually, it's not. I think one that could have been better might be affinity mapping. But then again, whatever was the reason for you choosing one tool over the other needs to be documented. The whole point of a case study is to document your thought process from the very beginning of the project to the end of the project. That's a case study. It's about thought process, taking the reader through your process from the beginning to the end. Why did you take certain actions? And what was your role in the project? That's not here also. What was your role? You just say UI UX designer. That's not enough. Did you carry out the research? Did you do basically like listing these things? Role of the project is very important because when hiring managers are looking at your portfolio, they understand that a project that might be there might not just be you that have done it. There be a number of people that has worked on that project. So you need to be clear on your role. So the part where you said goals and objectives, I don't think that section is even necessary at all.
Okay.
At all. You can include that in your brief. In short, it's already in your brief. It's not necessary to include goals and objectives of a project. If you've told us, maybe you can, instead of saying brief, you can say problem statement. You can rephrase that from a problem point of view. Again, whenever I said this is about documenting your thought process, why is this solution worth it at all? Why bother creating a solution? What's the problem you're trying to solve? Rather than saying a brief, which is more from solution point of view, it would be better to write it as a problem statement, which is from problem point of view, something like that. So
Okay.
yeah, those are some things I've noticed about your CV and portfolio. Then
Okay.
I also looked at your LinkedIn profile. Yeah, I think your LinkedIn profile is not too bad. It's not bad. The jobs you've been applying for recently, have you gotten called back for any interview?
No, I haven't.
Okay. So what I think is that you need to really upgrade your portfolio.
Okay.
I have to tell people something that you don't need to include fluff projects that are just there to fill up the space. Right now, I can see 4 projects here. But are you confident that all 4 of them are high quality projects? Because you cannot count on the fact that the person that will be looking at your portfolio will click on the first one first. They might go to the last one and click on the last one and use that to judge your whole portfolio. So you should always put very high quality projects, 2 or 3, if that's what you have as high quality, good. Because if you have too many projects just to fill up the space and they are not very quality, you might find yourself like causing more problem. So also, like I've also said, your case studies need to be better documented from the and more from the point of view of solving a problem rather than preferring a solution from the beginning. So what I have
Okay.
your case studies is more of solution-based documentation, but it should be more of from problem to solution.
Okay.
Yeah. So what I've been trying to do is some sort of diagnosis. I've been trying to like understand where you're coming from. But before we continue, do you have any questions?
I didn't get what you said. It went
Yeah,
off like 2 seconds.
I said before we continue, do you have any questions?
No, 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 no. I don't have
Okay.
questions.
Okay, good. So, what I've been trying to do is like diagnosis, like a doctor. I've been trying to understand your past and present so like I know if I can help you, because I know it's not everybody
Okay.
can help. So, so this is first of couple of sessions. I have 4 other sessions in January next month, and these sessions would be more, I call them transformational coaching in the sense that I'll be focusing on the platforms you need to be on to find those kind of job you want.
Okay.
What your LinkedIn profile should look like, how you can optimize it, up reviewing your CV, which I've done a little bit of, assisting you in cleaning it up, um, help, and even your portfolio as well, then help you create a cover letter or assist you to create one. So let me
Okay.
explain the importance of a cover letter. A cover letter is not just one of those things you just drop in your application. A cover letter is so, so important because just as you are applying for that job, that's how hundreds or even thousands of other people are applying for it. And cover letter is kind of what sets you apart. If you write a compelling cover letter, chances are that the recruiter will want to even just meet you just because of your cover letter. And that means you
Okay.
have your feet already through the door. So that's what a cover letter does for you. It helps you get yourself through the door. Um, it's not just about just writing something, a template, and just dropping it. No, it needs to talk about your value, what sets you apart from other people. How will you bring more money to the company, especially if it's a for-profit company? How will you what have you done? How much research have you done on the company? Those are things that needs to be in your cover letter. And so I'll be assisting with that.
Okay.
Then also, mock interviews. This one is dependent on how proactive you are. So if you are very proactive, you've been applying for jobs, I could assist with mock interviews. Then job links. This one not because you don't see job links online, but because it's good to be able to tell the difference between those one chance jobs and real jobs. So I'll be able to show you guys, show you about more about that. Then lastly, specializations in UX design. So this one I would be talking about this mainly because having a specialization or having a niche that you're more interested in within UX design is very good because UX design is huge. It is it is like an anchor or like what's the other word? Like a rock.
Okay.
It's like foundation of the house. If you have something that drew you into UX design or something that you enjoy the most in UX design, it helps you when the whole journey gets tough, it will help you to be able to be anchored to be like, and by the way, it's going to get tough. There'll be some days you ask yourself, what am I doing? So being able to have an anchor will just help you be like, okay, well, I'm still here because I enjoy strategies. I'm here because I enjoy UX writing. I'm here because I love doing UI design. So something like that. Those are kind of things that will keep you going those days. And so it's going to be a group coaching session between 5 to 10 people, a very small group, and it's not going to be free. It's going to be a paid session, and it costs £100. I'm not sure of what that is in Naira right now. Probably, I don't know, maybe 80 something or 90 something K in Naira.
Okay.
Yeah. Um, but what I would do is I will send you an email with more details about this. I'll send you an email that will just summarize all the things we've discussed, some of the things I've noted about you, but also
Okay.
the next steps that you can take.
All
So
right.
yeah. Do you have any questions? Do you have any other questions?
No, I don't have questions.
Okay.
You've answered all my prepared questions.
Ah, okay. I'm happy to hear that. Okay, okay, awesome. So, should I be looking forward to you in January?
Yes, yes.
Okay, awesome. So you should expect the email. I should send it to you today so that you can look through. Yeah, one more thing is that in the email you'll see deadline. I put a
Okay.
deadline of payment for sometime around Christmas, maybe 24th or so. And the
Uh,
reason is because before the session starts in January, I need you and the other few guys to be able to there's certain things you must do. For instance, some of the things I've already mentioned to you during this session must already be done before you arrive for the session. If you don't have the things done, I will believe you're not ready. So these things need, so I want there to be like a week to 2 weeks in between when you pay, at least, because I'll send you a list of things you need to do after
okay.
the payment. So one of the things would be your CV. Your CV needs to be up to par in a certain format, which I will send. Your portfolio, because in that session, we will not be dealing with basics of product design. I won't be teaching any of all those. Um, I won't be teaching you how to use Figma or stuff like that. Of course, there'll be times that I'll see you, maybe some of your designs have like you should have improved it this way or that way, but that will not be the focus. I also will not be doing it for you. I won't be helping you to do your CV, helping you do your stuff. No, I will be that guide. I'll be
Okay.
assisting. I'll be helping to prepare for those recruiters, those jobs and those things. What are recruiters looking at for? How should I prepare for interviews? How should I even submit my application? What should be in my application? How do I refine my CV for a particular job? Things like that are what we'll be focusing on. So because of that, I need to make sure that you already have certain basics covered before we start the
Okay.
session. So that's why there's a deadline. Just wanted to quickly say that. So
All right.
I think that's all from me. Expect the email today.
All right.
Yeah. And enjoy the rest of your day.
You too. Thank you. Bye
Bye.
bye.